Yo, what's going on, guys? Hanging Hunt Doors here. My name is Dimitri, back with another video. In today's video, it's an exciting one. We are going to be launching the HNH grip. So this right here is the MATHEWS Engage grip. This is going to be the grip that comes on most of your guys' bows. So now MATHEWS has their bond grip system, which is the Engage grip, the tapered grip, and the contour grip. The Engage grip is going to be almost the same. They just have like a new texturing on the back, and it's just different ergonomics for each one, slightly different, but they're pretty similar all around. And like I said, it's the Engage, the contour, and the taper. And then UltraView, they came out with their UltraView 2.0. The only problem that still persists with me in the UltraView grips, there is basically no texturing or anything to give you any grip on the bow. Another issue that I have with the B-Rail and the Engage grips, the MATHEWS grips, the bond grips, is that they're both $100 for a grip. That's tricky for me. I can't justify that. I just can't justify spending that much money on a grip. So then I kind of looked at other options, other grips that were out there, and there's the side plates. And when you're in the cold shooting off of an aluminum bow, it just sucks the heat right out of your hand and your hands freeze almost instantly. So that just was out of the playing cards for me. It just wasn't really something that I was interested in. And so with all of that being said, that's what brought me to this point. That's why Hang & Hunt, myself, decided to design their own grip. So instead of like sending out a grip or having a grip designed for me or drop shipping, I really didn't know what would even go into something like that, like how I would even get involved with the company to do something like that. So all of the Hang & Hunt grips are made in-house in the US by me in my house. They're 3D printed using a very high-end printer. They also use very good quality filament. Did a lot of research on it and got the very best printer and material that I could possible. Not only doing research, getting the printer, getting the filament, everything like that, I also taught myself how to 3D model on my iPad. It was basically one of those things. It was either hire it out and increase the price of the grips, or I could just do the work, put the research in, design it myself, design it in a way that I wanted to, critique literally every little piece of the grip until it was perfect in the way that I saw a perfect grip to be. And that's exactly what I did. And doing it that way also saved a lot in the overall budget of the grip, so I can offer it to you guys at a very affordable and budget-friendly price. This right here is the HNH grip. We have a very minimal logo down at the bottom of the grip, which I like. It's kind of subtle, and it doesn't jump out at you. There's no marketing all over the grip is basically what I'm trying to say. And then one of the main things that you're going to see is the kind of crazy texture that we have going on the grip itself. So the way that I do this is it is a feature of the printing process that allows me to put a rough, not sandpaper like texture, I would say like a stippled texture. One of the things that you're going to notice when you're using this grip is that because of the way that it's made, the texturing is kind of at a downward angle on the actual gripping surface, and that kind of makes it almost like teeth. So when you're holding the grip, it does not want to slide down in your hand. It's like Velcro. If I were to put it in a word, it's like holding the back of Velcro, except that it's not aggressive enough that it's going to cause you any discomfort or anything like that. It's just enough that it gives you a very nice grip on the bow. So that is one feature that I'm very proud of. I think we hit the nail on the head when it came to that. Just the sheer fact that it solved one of my biggest problems with the UltraView grip, the original. Was just how slippery it was, and we hit the nail on the head fixing that with this grip. So as you can see here on the side that's going to be in your palm, because this is going to be different, it's going to be polar opposite if you're a lefty or a righty. The side that goes into your palm is going to be a sharper, more defined angle, and that will allow you to kind of put it in the same spot every single time, and you'll be able to pinpoint where that grip is in your hand, and it'll give you a very defined point. And then the side that your thumb wraps around is going to be more contoured, hence the asymmetrical, and it's going to have a more round corner radius, and it's going to be rounder around the actual base of the grip where the kind of webbing of your thumb goes. And it's going to be more rounded around there, so it's going to feel really nice when you grab it. It's going to feel like it was made to fit in your hand pretty much. And then we also have the protective fin up top. Basically, you can just, wrap your knuckle and wrap your finger around there, and it's going to keep your finger out of the way if you're hunting and shooting broadheads. You just don't have to worry about the broadheads cutting you or anything like that. And then the base of the grip is also thicker than the throat of the grip, where you actually, where it goes into the webbing of your thumb. Which gives it a slight angle. I believe it's like a 2-degree angle that it gives you on the bow itself. So it gives you a little bit of an angle, and that kind of just helps you point the bow. And pointing the bow is going to make your pin more stable. And last but not least, the texturing, as you can see, wraps its way around to the inside of the grip. And what that allows me to do is that any Matthews now that has whether it's the hydro dipped camo or if it's the painted textured paint surfaces, this is going to slide on, and with that texturing it's going to hold and bite and give it that friction that it needs to stay on. So you don't really need to use any tape or anything like that to give it a nice friction fit on the bow. Alright guys, so now that we have the design aspects out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the colors that they're going to be available in. So the HNH grip is going to be available in black, a high-vis orange, and a high-vis red, and that's for the initial launch. And then further on down the line, we do plan to have a yellow, high-vis yellow, and a high-vis green. And then as we get requests, if we get enough requests for a specific color, we will add that in down the line. It's very easy for us to do, so we will have a lot of customizations for you guys, and you'll be able to match your grip with your theme, whatever color theme that you have. The H&H grip will be available in all those colors, as well as left-handed and right-handed. For all you weirdos that are left-handed, we will have an option available for you guys. And so the way that we're going to do this is the initial launch is going to be a pre-order, just so we can get an idea of how much we're actually going to have to produce, and that way we can manage our production time and make sure that our quality is top notch for you guys. And we'll get you guys your grips as soon as we possibly can. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you want to see more just like this, make sure you get subscribed. As well as if you want the H&H grip, make sure you head over to our website and check them out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.